This is a lovely dish. It's really full of flavour, it really packs a punch. And on those days when you're really tired, you've been working all day and you just don't know what to do, this is the dish that you should cook. Nariyal machi or coconut fish curry is beautiful in that it's got lots of coastal flavours, but it's got a really lovely luscious sauce as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up a little splash of oil, probably just under a tablespoon. And we're going to heat that up with some butter. We're just going to let those two melt together. I'm going to make sure that my heat's not too hot because I don't want that butter to burn. And that's really why I've put that oil in there as well. So straight away into that I'm going to put a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And give that a stir through. And as soon as I can smell that lovely nutty aromatic of the cumin, I'm going to add my onions into that. What I've done with my onions is I've just put them into a blitzer and I've just blended them because I want them really quite fine. What I don't want to have is a puree, but just nice and finely chopped. If you don't want to use a blender, then you can always just chop them as finely as you can manage. So I'm just going to put those in. So give that a stir. It smells really nice already. What I'm looking for is I want my onions to go into a nice golden brown colour. I don't want them to colour too heavily because this is a fish dish, so I want the fish to speak for itself, so I don't want the sauce to be overpowering. So I'm just going to let that cook down, and this will probably take 5 or 6 minutes just to get that lovely beautiful golden brown colour. Once golden brown, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt just for some seasoning. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric to get that lovely golden colour. I'm going to add a little bit of chilli powder, and this is optional. If you don't want it spicy, then by all means miss it out. But for me, this dish is about those coastal southern flavours where you've got the balance of coconut and chilli. So I like to have mine fairly spicy. I'm also going to chop up 3 chillies, nice and finely. Do one more. And I'm going to pop those in as well. Mix that through. And then I'm going to pour in my tomato. So I've got about 200 grams of plum tomatoes, whole plum tomatoes, which I'm just going to pour in. I'm going to turn my heat up so that it's warming up a little bit, and I'm going to try and break those tomatoes up with my spoon. What I like about this dish, and why I say it's a really nice thing to do in the evening, is that you don't have to spend time peeling garlic or ginger or any of that stuff. It's really quick and easy, and because you're blitzing your onion, it takes seconds to put together. So once the tomatoes are in, I just want to stir that all together. I want to break down the tomato so that the tomatoes and onions and all of those spices melt together, and you end up with a really rich masala paste. And it's starting to sizzle away now. So once you've got to this stage, once all the tomatoes have broken down, then we're ready to go in with our coconut. And again, talking about those South Indian flavours, what I like to use is a coconut cream rather than coconut milk because it's much thicker. And for this dish, I think it just works better. So if you can get hold of coconut cream, then please do so. If you can't, then coconut milk is a good alternative. So into that, and you'll see that it just melts into that sauce, and you end up with this beautiful orange, vibrant colour, which is pretty special. There we go. I'm going to turn that up again just to heat it all through. Look at that sauce. It looks beautiful. It's vibrant in colour and hopefully in flavour. I'm just going to have a little taste, just check the seasoning. I'm going to put just a touch more salt in. Give that a stir, and then I'm ready to put my fish in. I've got some white fish which I've chopped up into nice big chunky pieces, and I'm just going to place that into the sauce. The fish will take 5 or 6 minutes to cook. There we go, just pop that all in. Those last bits. I'm just going to coat it all so that it's got all of that sauce all over it. And then I'm going to pop the lid on and leave that to cook just for a few minutes. There we go. What I like to do is just leave the lid half on, half off. And I'm going to leave that for about 5 minutes. All of my chunky pieces of fish are cooked, so I'm going to serve that up in a lovely big bowl. It smells really fresh, it smells really fragrant. What you don't want to do is keep on stirring it so all those pieces of fish break up. So make sure you get plenty of the sauce. And there you go. I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of garam masala and some fresh coriander. There you go. A great fish dinner cooked in under 30 minutes.